Hi, before we start, if you want more daily games news video, like, subscribe and hit that bell button. Let's go. God of War Ragnarok's improved enemy variety is a big deal. God of War Ragnarok will have Kratos and Atreus up against powerful foes. Thor and Freya are out for revenge, and Odin lurks in the background. On Kratos and Atreus' way to stop Ragnarok, they will also find themselves up against plenty of monsters, Valkyries, and other frightening beasts. God of War Ragnarok is a big game, and fortunately, it will have plenty of enemy variety to keep things interesting for its duration. This is much appreciated, as many gamers complain that 2018's God of War lacked sufficient enemy variety. Although there is a good spread of enemies, players encounter certain enemies so often that they end up becoming repetitive. To deal with the greater enemy variety in Ragnarok, Kratos and Atreus will also have new moves and abilities. In 2018's God of War, Santa Monica changed a lot about the series. It adopts an over-the-shoulder camera perspective, along with a continuous camera shot that gives the game a cinematic feel. This impacts the combat, as gamers can see less of Kratos' surroundings. However, it also means players are much closer to the action, which makes his attacks feel much more powerful. At first, Kratos is armed with the Frosty Leviathan axe, though he later regains his signature Blades of Chaos. As Kratos and Atreus explore the 9 realms, they encounter a lot of enemies including elves, draugr, tatzelworms, and nightmares, to name a few. They are mostly ripped from Norse mythology, and they have unique movesets. For example, the tatzelworms usually burrow underground before popping up and biting Kratos, the draugr carry weapons, and the nightmares launch ranged attacks. Despite the variety of enemies, they are encountered so many times that they do become boring to see after a while. This issue is slightly mitigated by the fact that enemies sometimes take different forms. For example, draugr usually carry one sword, but some dual-wield weapons. Other draugr throw fireballs, and some carry shields. Still, gamers have complained about the lack of enemy variety in God of War, something which plagues even the mini-boss battles, which typically feature some variation of a giant troll. It appears that Santa Monica has paid attention to fans, as God of War Ragnarok has made some big changes. God of War Ragnarok is the last game in the franchise's Norse saga. Trailers have shown that the game will introduce many new features. Kratos will be able to grapple himself to high places using his Blades of Chaos, and an expanded suite of accessibility options will allow more gamers than ever to join in on the fun. Now that Atreus is a little older, he will also have a few new moves, and he will take more of a leadership role in battles. The duo will be up against more enemies, and trailers suggest that there will be greater variety than before. It has been revealed that all 9 realms will be explorable, and each realm will feature its own theme of enemies. This should ensure that players aren't up against the same draugrs dozens of times. The highlight of any God of War game is the boss fights, and the excellent enemy variety should also ensure that the mini-bosses don't have players constantly going up against the same trolls. As God of War Ragnarok's release draws nearer, fans are getting more excited, and God of War leaks have sprung up. Gamers wishing to go into the game blind should be on their toes when reading about the game online. However, it appears that there is no need to worry about enemy variety, as Santa Monica has gone the extra mile in that department for the upcoming game. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.